Grand Risings. Today is Self-Care Saturday on the Shekinah Wisdom podcast. Today, my lovelies, is the day where we spend time caring for ourselves. How much are you caring for you? How much do you respect the healthy boundaries that you have set in your life? Did you know that your treatment of self sets the precedent on how other people will treat you in kind? So that's why it's important to honor yourself. And that's why we have Self-Care Saturday. It's a day that we take the time out and pour into ourselves and nurture ourselves and doing a self-assessment and make sure that, and a self-check, and make sure that we are thriving, we are feeling good, and if we're not, we are doing the things to make us so. Yesterday, we talked about when boundaries are not well received. Well, today is the day that you honor and celebrate the fact that you have boundaries to begin with, and the fact that you erected them to bring out your highest good in those around you. When we engage in things that our heart is not fully vested into, we're not going to show up the way that we need to show up. It's only hard to set healthy boundaries when you don't know your true value. But as you learn your value, you'll start setting the necessary boundaries to ensure your safety, your peace of mind, and your wellness. And another thing about healthy boundaries is that you have to learn to respect those that others have erected, right? People erect boundaries all the time for protection. And if we go trampling over those boundaries that they set, what do you think is going to happen to your own? Right? We know and understand that we have to commune with one another on this huge planet. And there's so many people. But it's through these very people that we learn who we are. People that come into our life are a mirror of us. It's like a beauty mirror. Sometimes it's there to show you what needs to be fixed. Sometimes it's there to just amplify what is going right. And you have to be able to judge accordingly and move accordingly. If it's something that you need to be in your life that needs to be fixed, do just that. Make the corrections needed and ignore the naysayers. Ignore the people that are afraid or don't have the courage to make the changes in their lives. Don't allow them to inflict harm onto you and your way of thinking. Not everybody is happy with their lot in life. And that's how you have these hurt people going around hurting others. But when you acknowledge it as such, don't have resentment. Acknowledge that a person is, going through a sickness in their life. And sometimes you have to distance yourself, quarantine yourself from whatever it is that they're afflicted with. Or sometimes you have to nurture them through it. But you have to determine which one are you going to do, because it is totally up to you. A lot of times we insert ourselves into situations that is not going to bring out our highest good. It's just going to bring out the highest good of those around us. And not to say that those self-sacrificing acts are not worthy, but when you have too many of them, you will not grow. And if you find yourself in a situation where you're giving, and there is no growth, and there is no reciprocity, and you're still at the same place, and those same people are not willing to pour into you or others the same way that you have poured into them, then that means you're casting your pearls onto swine, and you have to adjust your movements accordingly. When you adjust your movements accordingly, you are going to have the optimal results that you seek. Try it out if you don't believe me. So today, my lovelies, I want you to take an assessment of everything that's going on in your life, of every project you're engaged in, and every interaction that you have. And I want to ask you, are you casting your pearls before swine? And if so, you need to stop it immediately, right? Because what can swine do with pearls? Absolutely nothing. So what is the point of you doing it, right? Because whatever it is that you are trying to create, they're going to destroy it because it wasn't for them to create. Certain things you have to do. You were sent here to do, not to delegate those tasks onto others, because others may not have the wherewithal to carry such tasks out. And that's when you have to step up and do what you came here to do. And if you need help with that or support on your journey, head over to shekinahwisdom.com where you could book an appointment. And if you want art therapy, head over to collection.com. And if you simply want to support the work we do here, you can cash out Unearthing of Truth. Whatever you do, my lovelies, today, I want you to do it with you knowing that you are nurturing you and those around you and the things that you do, and that your contributions are much needed and much appreciated. And if anyone has not told you, let me be the first to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my lovelies, have a wonderful, amazing self-care Saturday.